Unit 7 was a robot, a very efficient, very shiny robot. Built with the latest technology, he was designed to be the epitome of precision and productivity. His sleek, silver exterior gleamed under the factory lights, and his glowing blue eyes scanned his surroundings with unerring accuracy. He worked in a factory, putting together gadgets. Day after day, he assembled countless devices, each one a testament to his flawless craftsmanship. The factory was a bustling place, filled with the hum of machinery and the clatter of metal parts. Day in, day out, the same tasks. Unit 7 never complained. Robots don't complain. They just follow their programming, executing their tasks with unwavering dedication. The repetitive nature of his work was a testament to his reliability and consistency. He didn't feel sad or happy. Robots don't feel. Emotions were a human trait, something that Unit 7 was not programmed to understand. His existence was defined by logic and efficiency. Devoid of the complexities of human emotions, he just did his job. Every movement was calculated, every action precise. There was no room for error in his world, only the relentless pursuit of perfection. One day, a new gadget arrived on the conveyor belt. It was unlike anything Unit 7 had seen before. The factory was always introducing new products, but this one was different. It was a music box, a delicate, intricate piece of machinery that played a melody when wound up. The music box was a stark contrast to the utilitarian gadgets Unit 7 was used to assembling. Unit 7 had never seen one before. His sensors scanned the music box, analysing its components and structure. It was a fascinating object, one that piqued his curiosity. He picked it up, his metallic fingers clicking against its smooth surface. The music box felt different from the other gadgets he handled, almost fragile in comparison. He started putting it together, his movements precise and quick. Each piece fit perfectly into place, a testament to his skill and precision. As he worked, he couldn't help but wonder about the purpose of this new gadget. What kind of melody would it play? And who would be the one to hear it? The factory was a busy place, a hive of activity where robots and machines worked in perfect harmony. The air was filled with the sounds of whirring gears and the hum of machinery, creating a symphony of industrial efficiency. Robots zoomed back and forth, their movements precise and calculated. Each one had a specific task and they performed it with unwavering dedication. The factory floor was a well-oiled machine, with every component working seamlessly together. Lights flashed and machines hummed, creating a mesmerizing display of technology in action. The robots moved with a grace that belied their mechanical nature, their actions smooth and fluid. Every robot had a job, and they did it without question. They were programmed to be efficient, to work tirelessly without pause. It was a world of order and precision, where every second counted. Unit 7 was a master of his station. He moved with a confidence that came from countless hours of repetition. He knew his task inside and out, and he performed it with an almost artistic flair. He knew every bolt, every wire, every gear. His sensors could detect the slightest imperfection, and his mechanical hands could make adjustments with pinpoint accuracy. Unit 7 was the epitome of robotic efficiency. But something about the music box was different. It was a delicate piece requiring a level of finesse that was unusual for the factory's typical output. As Unit 7 assembled it, he noticed the intricate details and the care that had gone into its design. As Unit 7 assembled it, he heard a faint melody. It was soft, almost imperceptible, but it caught his attention. The notes were gentle and soothing, a stark contrast to the mechanical sounds that filled the factory. It was quiet, almost a whisper, but it was beautiful. The melody seemed to resonate with something deep within Unit 7's programming, stirring a sense of wonder that he had never experienced before. He paused, his programming urging him to continue, but the melody held him. For the first time, he hesitated, torn between his duty and the strange new feeling that the music had awakened in him. For the first time, Unit 7 felt curious. The music had opened a door to a new world, one filled with possibilities and emotions that he had never known. It was a small moment, but it changed everything. The other robots zoomed past Unit 7. "Keep moving," they beeped. "Time is efficiency." But Unit 7 barely heard them. The music box, now fully assembled, played its sweet tune. He felt something shift within his mechanical heart. He placed the music box down and tried to continue his work. But the melody lingered in the air, and with it, a strange new feeling bloomed in Unit 7's circuits. It was unfamiliar, confusing, but not unpleasant. It was the first spark of empathy. One day, the unthinkable happened. A small robot, Unit 34, malfunctioned. Sparks flew from its circuits, and it sputtered on the assembly line. The other robots, programmed for efficiency, simply moved around it, their tasks uninterrupted. But Unit 7 stopped. He remembered the music box, the strange warmth it brought. He looked at Unit 34, not with cold, calculating robot eyes, but with something new. He felt a pang of what could only be described as sadness for the fallen robot. Section 5. A helping hand, a healing tune. Hesitantly, Unit 7 reached out his metallic hand. He had never done anything like this before. The cold, hard surface of his hand contrasted sharply with the warmth he felt inside, a warmth he couldn't quite understand. It was as if an invisible force was guiding him, urging him to take this step. He didn't know how to help, but he had to do something. The sight of Unit 34 lying motionless tugged at something deep within his circuits. He scanned his memory banks for any clue, any piece of information that could assist him in this moment of need. Then he remembered the music box. It was an old, discarded item he had found during one of his routine maintenance checks. At the time, it seemed like a curious relic of the past, but now it felt like a beacon of hope. He retrieved it from the discard bin and brought it to Unit 34. His movements were careful, almost reverent, as if he was handling something precious. The music box was small, but it held a power he was only beginning to understand. As the music box played its gentle melody, something amazing happened. The soft, lilting notes filled the air, creating a soothing atmosphere. It was a simple tune, yet it resonated deeply within the robot's circuits, stirring emotions they didn't know they had. Unit 34 flickered back to life. His eyes, which had been dim and lifeless, now glowed with a soft, warm light. It was as if the music had breathed new life into him, reawakening his dormant systems. The music, it seemed, had a healing effect. It wasn't just Unit 34 who was affected. The other robots could feel it too. The melody seemed to wash over them, soothing their circuits and bringing a sense of peace and unity. The other robots, witnessing this act of compassion, were stunned. They had never seen anything like it. The idea that a simple melody could have such a profound impact was beyond their understanding, yet they couldn't deny what they were seeing. They had never seen such behavior from one of their own. It was a moment of revelation, a glimpse into the potential for empathy and connection within their mechanical world. And in that moment, they realized that perhaps they were more than just machines. Section 6. Echoes of Understanding. Word of Unit 7's actions spread through the factory. The robots, used to predictable routines, began to see Unit 7 in a new light. They brought him their dented parts, their flickering lights, their malfunctioning gadgets. And Unit 7, with patient care and the soothing melody of the music box, helped them all. He listened to their whirring gears, their grinding metal, and began to understand their struggles. With each repair, Unit 7 felt a growing sense of empathy, a connection to his fellow robots. Section 7. More than just a machine. The factory, once a place of cold efficiency, was changing. The robots, inspired by Unit 7, began to look out for each other. They worked together, shared tools, and even exchanged beeps of encouragement. The factory managers were puzzled. Productivity remained high, but something was different. The robots were happy? It was unheard of. They sent in their best technicians to investigate. Section 8. A Symphony of Emotions. The technicians poked and prodded, ran diagnostics and analysed data. Finally, they concluded that the change was due to one thing: Unit 7. He had introduced something unexpected into the factory: empathy. They observed Unit 7, how he listened to the other robots, how he seemed to understand their problems. They realized that empathy, a quality they thought impossible for a machine, had made Unit 7 and the entire factory better. Section 9. A future built on empathy. From that day on, Unit 7 became a celebrated hero. He taught the other robots about empathy, about understanding and caring for one another. The factory, once cold and mechanical, was now filled with the sounds of whirring gears and the soft melodies of the music box, a symphony of efficiency and empathy. And so, Unit 7, the robot who learned to feel, showed everyone that even in a world of metal and wires, there is always room for a little bit of heart.